is it a good time? When has it reached a stage where if you own a particular stock, you can consider selling it at? So that's TA for us. And finally, the last mile, the most important step of it all, the the right option strategy to execute your trade. So to summarize, let me just give you three, um, three takeaways. How I have come to, or how any successful option investor can be where they are. Like in my case, I'm pretty happy to say I am where I am right now because of these three factors. Number one is knowing my objective and then using the right option strategy, being very clear about my objective. I focus on 3 to 4 option strategy. That's it. I don't complicate my life. There are more than 20 option strategies out there in the whole world. But do you need to know all 20? No need. Just focus on 3 to 4. Simple to execute, easy to understand, easy to implement. And number two, know what are the stocks I want to do option on. And there are 8,000 over stocks in the universe, right? Do you have to do all the stocks? No need. Just focus on that few that every week or every month generate the kind of returns for you. So focus on growth stocks, but there's stocks that are in a position to make you good money. And there's a lot of focus. I put a lot of focus on managing my risks so as to give myself a higher than average, better than average opportunity or probability to succeed. So having said that, so I mentioned about, hey, I just focus on the few easy to implement or not too complicated strategies. So let me share this program that we are sharing. You will take away with 3 basic level strategies and 1 advanced strategies. Enough for you to not just get by, but enough for you to see success month in and month out. And eventually, when you progress to doing weekly options, you can even replicate it on a week by week basis. So in the current bullish market, we teach you how to do a buy call, how to buy calls so that you have the chance to buy the stock at a much lower price in the future. Okay, we will teach you how to sell calls, meaning to say that if you actually have the stock in hand, you take a more active approach, not a passive. Instead of just waiting for the stock to pay you premium every quarter when they announce the earnings. What if they don't announce good earnings? Then no 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 dividends for you. Again. So we don't want to be passive. We want to be active. So we can make use of the stock that you own to sell calls. Now, the third is my favorite. In fact, these two are my favorite strategies: selling call and selling put. Why sell? Why selling is my favorite strategy? Selling means collect money. Okay. Selling means that I am putting myself in a position where I can collect cash. So it is awesome being a seller. Okay. Of course, selling comes with its own risk, comes with its own obligation, means you got to deliver. Okay. So, and the balance of power is more in the favor of the buyer because the buyer is the one who put down money. As a seller, I just collect money. So the the power is more slanted towards the buyer. As a seller, we just need to be aware of our obligation. But as long as you're aware of the obligation and you know how to manage your risk, that's fine. To me, that's fine. And the last strategy, which is the vertical credit spread, or more specifically a bobo spread, is an advanced strategy where we put two separate trades into one contract, one execution. All right. So let me just go through these 4 strategies very quickly to give you a better understanding. So selling puts, if you recall what Emin has shared, selling puts is basically you or me selling an insurance policy, giving an undertaking to buy the underlying stock if the market price of the stock drops below the contract price. And in return for this insurance or this undertaking, I collect money. So this is the basis where I use sell puts option to generate cash flow for myself every week, every month. So as an example, let me just do this. So let's say on this day, of course, this is historical. On this day, 4th of May, I sold 4 contracts of Shopify, sell puts at a strike price of 50. I think at that time, if I remember correctly, Shopify was, okay, so that's just a statement. Shopify was trading at around 70 or 60 plus dollar level, the market price. So what I did was I just sell as far out of the money, which is a terminology used in investing. I sell as far away from the what is the market price as part of my risk management. And in return for that, I collected a total of $116 premium. Okay. So what happened was I'm sort of like I entered into this trade on in the belief in a not a gambling, but in a certain way is a bet, is a informed bet that on the expiry day, which is on the 5th of May, Shopify share price is going to be still going to be bullish. So even if it drops a little bit, but as long as it doesn't touch this $55 contract price, I will my option will my option trade will be safe. So indeed, what happened was on the expiry date, Shopify closed at $62, which was still above the $55 strike price. And therefore, all the contracts that I did on the Shopify sell puts expired worthless, meaning to say that all the money that I collected upfront, the $116, is mine, confirm, double confirm, triple confirm, mine to keep. And what I do is I just take this 116 and go and reinvest, generate more money, use money to make more money. So that's the beauty of this. And how did I so-called arrive or identify what is the strike price? Why is $55 the strike price? So I use TA. From this TA I sort of kind of deduce that okay, so $53.88 is the support, is the immediate support. Of course, in the option table, maybe there's no such thing as $53.88 as a contract price. So I just went for the next strike price or the contract price, so which somewhere around the 55 level. So this support gave me an indication, an idea, or a basis to select what is the suitable or appropriate contract price or the strike price to enter this sell put trade. All right, at this juncture, quick sanity check. Can I just have a an indication from anyone, if there's anyone who is not clear, needs me to, just repeat? Anyone? You can just type in the chat box. All right, so I will take it as no and no, right? No and no, no one. All right, so I will move on then. Strategy number 2. If you recall, I mentioned sell call is a option strategy. No. So let me just take a break from my sharing to address Gabira. No, Singapore, in the Singapore market, the equivalent options is what we call warrants. I believe it's called warrants. So the Singapore doesn't really have options, or it's not called options. It's not directly called options. So options cannot be exercised on SG shares, right? Okay, so no other questions. I'll just move on. Strategy number 2 is if I own a particular stock. So at that point in time, I own some shares on Meta. So let me just blow in and expand this to so I had 100 shares, at least 100 shares. So I could sell one contract of call option on Meta. So on this day, I entered into this trade on the 31st of May, which of course I sold a little bit further away into the future. I sold one contract at Meta for the strike price of 250. Yep. So I basically sold um a bit like a commitment to say if the market price of Meta on this expiry day is higher than $250, I will honor my obligation and sell it away. But the fact that I'm selling it today, I'm in a position to collect $341 of premium upfront. Okay, and this contract expires on 18. Now let's say I had acquired Meta shares at, let's say, $180, just as for illustration. Let's say my cost price of the Meta shares is $180 each, and I enter into contract to that obligates myself to sell at 250. So I'm already positioning myself to enjoy a capital gain of $70 per share, right? Right. So I'm already winning on two fronts. On the one front, I win in terms of collecting the premium upfront, $341 premium upfront. On the other side, if my cost price of the Meta share is $180 and I have to sell it away at 250, I'm already winning on on two tracks. So this is how options, if you understand how options can work for you, if you understand option how it can be done properly, it is actually very advantageous to the option investor, right? So that's strategy number two. Number three, let me just expand this in. Now, on this day, 22nd of December, I bought one contract of Apple call, and I paid this amount for the right to buy 100 shares about 2 to 3 years later at $95. So in theory, even if Apple shares shoot up to, you know, let's just say hypothetically $500 a share. Of course, it didn't go up to $500 per share on 20th of Jan, but regardless, even whatever, if it's as long as it's much higher than $95, I have the right, based on my option contract, to buy at $95, because on this day I actually paid almost $5,000 for the right to buy, right? So at that point in time when this analysis was done, Apple shares was I think somewhere in the region of 160 over dollars. Now, even for the option contract, I was already sitting on an unrealized gain of about close to $700, meaning to say that my call contract, if I were to choose to sell my contract away, close my contract early, and not convert it into, not exercise it and buy the shares at $95, I I paid 48.50. I could sell it away at almost $55.50, thereby having a gain of almost $700. So even from options, for those who know how to do options properly, options in itself can even make you, the options holder, the options investor, capital gain. And in terms of ROI, it can be actually much more than the ROI from buying and selling of the stock itself. All right. So that's the beauty of option. Of course, TA, how does TA fit in? TA helps me to understand what is the support, what are the possible contract prices I could enter in this option trade. Of course, I went for the most attractive, and which was much lower than whatever support prices that is shown here. Okay, so that's how options, when you use options in conjunction with other fundamental as well as technical tools, this is where it becomes, as a system, it can become very, very powerful for you. Strategy number four, the more complicated of the lot. It is about doing two separate contracts in one trade, selling a put, buying a put. Why is it for? For protection, because there is a protective feature inbuilt into this option contract. Let me just explain a little bit more. So I bought 5 contracts NVIDIA then. That time NVIDIA was like 300, uh, around the 400 price level. Okay, NVIDIA today is what, 1,000 over, right? Okay, so good old times. The boat is sailed ready. All right. So I sold 5 contracts of vertical spread. That means I bought 5 contracts of put. I sold 5 contracts of put in one deal. And through this trade, I actually was still able to collect $160 of premium. And what happened was, on the 9th, which was the expiry, NVIDIA actually closed at higher than my buy put as well as sell put prices. And my contract, my option trade expired worthless. Nothing happened to me. The premium I collected became mine to keep. And then I just reinvested, repeat and rinse, repeat the whole process, and do this again and again to help me generate the kind of financial outcome that I wanted. So again, TA is what helped me to identify what is the contract price, to enter what is the contract price to do for these trades. And I would like to, unless if anyone has has violent objection, what I like to do is I like to just switch over to the trading platform that I use. I like to show you the platform that I use, which is Interactive Broker as well as Tiger. And I'll just show you a bit of results and what kind of results option can actually potentially give you, right? So let me just switch over to, okay, so give me a minute. Because of a certain period of time where there's no activity happening in the account, so it will auto log out. So I need to re-log in again. So I need to just, this 2FA thing has we just need to be, you know, just hurdle this. The For internet security, they will often make us jump through quite a lot of hoops, but it's okay. It's all done for good reason. Let me just show this. All right, so this is just my results, 1 year results for my portfolio. It is a almost just shy of the 30% returns for my portfolio. Okay, I Interactive Broker predominantly for my trades, although I also have a Tiger broking account. Okay, but my IB portfolio is showing a very good returns vis-a-vis that of S&P 500, which is almost 20%. So this my performance so far. And let me just show you what are the kind of stocks that I have actually acquired from options through the use of options, and what are some of my winning trades. Okay, let's just say, first example, Deutsche Bank. Okay, this we can see that the banking stocks are actually making banking stocks are, I do think that banking stocks are going to make a good recovery. So from options, I have been assigned 200 shares of Deutsche Bank, and currently I'm actually sitting on a unrealized gain of more than $1,000. So meaning to say that I acquired the shares at $10.56 around there a piece. And today, if I were to sell it at the current market price of $15 over dollars a share, I'll be making more than $1,000 profit. That's a good stock story, number one. Number two, Espiron and a pharma company. So I'm sitting on a real unrealized gain. I got the shares at 236. Currently, the the share is trading at around $2.50, $2.70. So I'm actually sitting on unrealized gains of 500 plus dollars. Cisco is another one. Let me toggle over to my Tiger form. Okay, so my returns from Tiger. Okay, my Tiger is a much smaller account, but I even with a smaller account, but which has advantage of a smaller base. My returns last year was good, was quite a mouth-watering 70%, and I was just doing not many stocks. Tesla, I was using my Tiger mainly for the more risky kind of stocks, Tesla, Shopify. Okay, so this is my returns. This is my success story from on in terms of profit from Shopify. Okay, so now I'm sitting on a profit of $4,000. Shopify. Let's say ARMS. Okay, my other holdings are ARMS. Not a lot, but minimally not a loss, right? So ARM is 100 over. Let me show you my Mrs. account. Okay, she uses more of Tiger rather than Interactive Broker. Now let me just look at. Okay, so this is her report card, so to speak. Her past 6 months return is more than 25%. If on an annualized basis, it's more than 50%, vis-a-vis that of S&P 500, okay, 24%. Now, if anyone were to tell you today, where got instrument give you 5% return or better than 5% return, then you can tell them now. have options. Now, of course, I would say that any instrument, any financial instrument, if you know how to do it properly, you manage your risk well, has the potential to give you outsized return. Option is one very, very clear, one very very clear example. Okay. Is everybody going to have this kind of return? Well, nobody can guarantee that. But as long as you do it properly, there is a very good opportunity for you to do so. Right? So let me just okay. So that's the return that we have been able to generate. Okay. So I think I have more or less shared what I would like to share in terms of giving you an idea and hopefully give you the confidence that, hey, if you are prepared to do your put in your amount of effort and to put in your amount of time and energy effort to learn and practice, you actually stand a very, very good chance. But before I end, I just remembered I want to also give you a demo. How do I use options to place a trade? Although the market is not open now, okay, doesn't matter. Let me just do a quick demo. Let's just say we look at Apple. Okay, let's let's see. Okay, something. Maybe what I'll do is let me just okay. Let me just do this again. Right. So let's just say, just for illustration purpose, I will use the example Apple. Okay. How do I place a sell put trade on Apple? Let's say if I choose a monthly expiry, this contract I want to expire in. I want to choose the May expiry. Okay. So what I'll do is I will, because currently Apple is 169, right? Of course, market is not open yet, but 169, what I can do, I will just reset, maybe make the screen a bit smaller so everybody can see better. So I want to manage my risk too. So I want to sell as far out of the money as possible. So current price 15169. So maybe I will choose, hey, maybe I'll go for 155. You know, now 155, what does it show me? Okay, if I go for an app for to sell one contract of put for Apple, I will be able to collect somewhere in between $132 to $134. Okay. Now the beauty of interactive broker is such that if I were to take this trade, it also calculates for me the probability that I will be profitable from this trade. And it gives me a probability of 80, but doesn't mean it's a guarantee, but at least it gives you an idea. And there's a certain level of confidence that, hey, it gives us a certain level of confidence. Can we take this trade? So I like this kind of probability. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this trade. I'm going to just, okay, so market is not open yet. It doesn't matter. I put in the order. Okay, my order is submitted. So I'll just wait for market to open and then we'll see how it goes. So this is Apple, right? Let's use another example. Let's just say I have now remember I said that I like to be a call seller because okay, now why do I want to sell call? Because I have a portfolio of 500 shares of Tesla, and my average price is about 178. Yes, currently it's still a little bit underwater, but hey, I'm not sweating. I While waiting for the price to recover, what I can do is I can try to build the stock in the meantime. I can try to sell some calls on it, and while patiently waiting for the price to go up. So it is a more active kind of stance. So my average price is $178, right? Let's just say I go for the same expiry. I want to sell at $200, meaning to say that uh, I'm I'm selling a contract where if the market price on the expiry day goes above $200, I will sell it away at 200, but I'm already making a small capital gain. I can even be a bit more aggressive and sell it at, let's say, 220. Okay, and collect in today a premium of $124, and the profit probability is at a 94%. I like this kind of odds, so I'm gonna go for this trade. So that's where I say, okay, I got 125. I'll ask for $1.25. So I'll put in the order, and that's it. I'll just wait for the market to open, and that's it. So once I place the order, I just sit tight, just go and do what I like to do. Go chat the family, go whatever, go do something. Don't sweat over it. And then when the market opens, and if the trade is taken, that's fine. If it's not, then tomorrow I repeat the whole process again. So options is, in that sense, less stressful for me compared to having to buy and sell the stock, monitor every 1 minute. The candlestick chart, you can set it to 1 minute chart, right? I don't need that kind of stress. Option is simple, straightforward, easy to understand, and very so-called very sort of very predictable. Okay, so let me just go back to my slide, and let me just quickly wrap up. To summarize, the 3 points is on how to do options successfully is use only a few easy to understand, easy to implement strategies. No need to be fanciful, no need to use all the exotic kind of strategies. No, keep it simple. Okay, and focus on only the few stocks that every month or every week give you the same kind of cash profits, and focus a lot on risk management. Always give yourself a big margin of safety so as to protect your trade. And this system, as I said, it is about having a system. Does it always work? Yes. Out of 10 trades, 7 were successful trades. We can never be in a position where 100% we have 100% wins. The market doesn't work that way. But as long as I have a win rate of about 70%, out of every 10 trades, 7 are good trades and 7 are profitable trades, I'm in a good place. So at certain positions, through the use of option, I had actually been able to acquire good stocks like Bank of America, which is incidentally, for those of you who have read enough, you know that it is Warren Buffett's favorite stock: Intel, PayPal, Block or Square, Twitter, whatever. So, and I did not use options to gamble. There were a lot of, during the meme stock craze, right? Like Robinhood, those period, or AMC. There were a lot of, in US, based on what I read, there are a lot of speculators or gamblers who are using meme stocks and options to gamble into meme stocks, and they got burned very badly because my system, my 4-step FAT system, basically is telling me, no, you cannot do that, right? So, of course, as I said, my first 4 years was really paying tuition fee. But for those of you who are willing to embark on this journey, I can assure you that what you'll go through is this phase of everybody starts as a beginner. It's about knowledge accumulation, understanding. Once you apply, you're able to be in a position to ask questions, analyze, fuse the different information together, and then evaluate, ask yourself very tough questions. Do you do it correctly? Do you do well? How can you do it well? And then eventually, at some point in time, you definitely reach the stage of an expert, and then you can start to be very, very comfortable. You can be very what you call proficient, and you can actually even scale up your investing. You can afford to take a little bit higher risk, and to do a bit more aggressive trades. So the point here is, we're here to help. So in case you're very interested or inspired, I hope you'll be inspired and start on this own journey yourself. We're here to help. So to summarize, my options journey has helped me to achieve, number one, to get out of the corporate race, the unhappy corporate race. Number two, I'm a happier person now, and I also have more time with family, which is the most important luxury in this world, right? So I was even able to bring in new family members into the household. This little fur kid over here, right? So that's how options has worked for me. I hope it has also given you an idea or given you inspiration that you can perhaps also consider for yourself. And with that, I'd like to hand the stage back to you, Emin.
Okay, thank you so much,
Stop
Asomyo.
the share.
Yeah, there is some questions coming in already, but we'll take it after what I got to say. Let me just share my screen. Okay. So thank you so much, Xiong Yo. So as mentioned, again, vision of the company, everyone makes sound investment decision. What is a sound investment decision? You know why you are into this and you know how to do it correctly. Yeah. So after listening to Xiong Yo, if let's say you think that yes, option is something for you, yes, you're willing to take the risk to go for high return, then let us help you with the how. Let's have the how. And the way we do it here is this, we don't believe that, that you just attend 2-day boot camp, you'll be expert. No. So what we actually have is quite an intimate options investing group. Again, not big, so that you really have the attention from Xiong Yo to handhold you until you can become a confident option investor yourself. So let me just go through this very quickly. What we believe will really help you to make sure you're a competent option investor. So number one, you have a 1-day core module training. So this one is just very introductory, really get you started. Okay, there must be this 1 day to get started. So what are the options basics? What is the facts process in detail, option strategies, and most importantly, the trading platform hands-on exercise. Okay. So in fact, before the actual class, you'll be given instructions how to set up accounts, so on and so forth. And during the class itself, yes, there is a lot of hands-on to operate on the platform to make sure you know exactly what to do. So this one is actually 1 day. Okay. Then after that, this is by the way, over web. We're actually doing webinar based. Okay, because we're actually dealing with a lot of platform, it doesn't make sense to really come face to face. Okay, then after that, we will have a face-to-face copy session. So really come together, sit down, so that to let you ask any questions that you have. So I'm quite sure that after this 1 day training, you have 101 questions. Sometimes don't know what to ask. So we'll let you go back, digest a bit. So within the next 1 to 2 weeks, right? Then we'll meet up face to face and throw any questions you have. So the last round we had quite fun, really over copy, then really answer a lot of questions of the participants. Okay. Then after 2 months, you'll get a one-to-one strategy discussion with Xiong Yo. So usually, especially if you're a newbie, right? We will advise you to the first 2 months use paper trade. Okay, there are actually virtual accounts. They give you $100,000 of paper money, monopoly money we call it. Then let you try on first. So after 2 months, then maybe you want to use real money. So before you use real money, you may want to sit down one-to-one with Xiong Yo. Okay, of course, this one is depend on you and Xiong Yo. Usually, I think it's done over Zoom. I believe if the timing work out, you can do it face-to-face also. Then to really, solidify how you want strategy to be. Okay. Of course, Xiong Yo predominant strategy itself puts there are people who choose to do buy calls. Sure, why not? If that is really what you want, as long as you don't sell naked call. There are people who actually want to do this thing called selling covered call. Also, again, that will be touched in the class itself. So yeah, sure, why not? Also, this is actually done. Okay, there is a WhatsApp support group for 2 months. So once you sign up for the program, you'll be invited to WhatsApp, and basically you can ask any questions anytime. So far, Xiong Yo, the response rate very good. I think definitely within 24 hours, you get a response from him. And more important for this WhatsApp support group here is this, it's actually also very good to see what are other people asking. Sometimes you don't know what you don't know. So in fact, from questions from your classmates, you actually get a lot of insights. And most important here is just like I said, we don't believe that 1 day can make you options expert. So we actually have this wealthimize membership, whereby we'll meet up with you at least once per month. Okay, at least once per month, so that you're properly guided. So you can see here, we are really not like running a class. This definitely don't look like class. It's already a lot of hands-on. At least over the next 2 months, you have 1 day face-to-face. one-to-one discussion, WhatsApp, and a wealthimize membership. So meet at least once per month. That why we actually put in so much effort to design this program is actually because we don't believe a class can equip you good enough. So by the way, if you were to study options in tertiary education, like for example, myself, I actually took CFA. Okay, you only learn options in level 3. So if you actually go through a finance program, usually it's the 4th year, then you learn options. So it's basically advanced skills. We don't think like, wow, you just see a lecture, you can do. Okay, so not only we have a lot of meetups, a lot of activities, we also cap at the number of people. So maximum 12 packs. I think the max we have for 12 packs, and we are going to cap at 12. And we are willing to run even like, let's say, for example, 3 or 4 or 5. Hopefully got at least 5 persons, so there's a bit synergy. But even if say less than 5, 3 or 4, we are also happy to run. Okay, so you can see this is how much commitment you can actually get from Seong Yu. So again, why we are doing this, option trading is a professional skill set, not something you can simply acquire by sitting through lectures. So I will actually call this a hand-holding session by Seong Yu. These are example of the WhatsApp support group. What I try to say here is this: you don't get like one simple liner from Seong Yu. You have a very detailed explanation, as you can see here, even like sometimes adding charts to show you. Okay, let me talk a bit more about this wealthimize membership. So in fact, I believe this is something that so far has helped a lot of my participants to really internalize the investment knowledge. Okay, if you want to get at statistics, after attending the class, you probably can only remember 30%. 30% of what is being covered. Okay, so we acknowledge that. So that's why we have to meet you at least on a monthly basis to make sure your 30 become 40, your 40 become 50% every time we meet. So for this wealthimize membership, okay, at least you will meet once a month for this what I call the monthly live trading session. Seong Yu will actually meet you at about 9 p.m. So it's PM, you didn't hear wrongly, because we are talking about US options trade. So 30 minutes before the trading starts, y'all meet up, then Seong Yu will share with you his trade plans. And you actually watch Seong Yu really use his real money to execute the trade plans. Okay? And of course, as in all things in life, sometimes things don't go in his way. Then you see how he deal with all the what-if scenario. So this is something I really respect Seong Yu for doing it. Not easy, not easy. Really, under so many eyes, watch you do it, and sometimes watch you make mistakes or watch him make mistakes. But he insists of doing it because he believes that is the best way for you all to learn. So this is done on a monthly basis. You will, by joining the course, you are actually guaranteed for 2 months. Of course, you want to extend that, you are definitely welcome to do so. Now, this wealthimize membership is actually have a bigger objective. So basically, under the wealthimize, like I said, it encompasses helping people to make some investment decision. And of course, we don't think that some investment just buy options. So for wealthimize, we also talk about other products, PPIG. Okay. Basically, first P is for protection. Second P is for property. Third is income investing. Fourth is growth. So how it works here is this: once you sign up for a program, you are entitled to the wealthimize whole full package. If you like, yes, you can just stick to going for the options one. Then you meet once a month. Okay. But of course, you are invited to the rest of wealthimize activities, which is basically weekly. Every week, we have either a webinar or face-to-face on activity. Okay, which may not be related to options, but of course, eventually we don't just depend on one instrument. Okay, so this is the wealthimize about. We actually want to again help you to make smart decision in PPIG, protection, property, income, and growth, and it's all part of this package to make sure, like I said, help you keep getting better and better in your investment knowledge. Okay, so what happened after 2 months? Yep, you can actually renew the wealthimize membership. Currently, we are charging only about $15 per month for the wealthimize membership. Okay, so which also includes the option session. Okay, for the program fees, okay, if let's say I'll try to put in a fair value, I think one good way is using Seong Yeo's time Seong Yeo's time. So even for today, your kids' education probably is sorry, your kids' tuition probably is already about $100 per hour . So let's say I just use this to come up with fair analysis program. One day core module 6 hours, so 600. Face-to-face copy session, meet at least 1 hour, that's $100. One-to-one strategy discussion, having full attention from Seong Yeo can go about 1.5 hours to 2, so 200. WhatsApp support group, like I said, is take up a lot of Seong Yeo's time to actually what they call that, do the write-up, okay, $80. And wealthimize membership, of course, you cannot just join like that. There's a joining fee, $200. So total package is 1180. The value of this program, total package is 1180. And you think about it, using 1180 to acquire a professional skill set that can potentially become your primary source of income by someone who has done it. Okay, is it worth it or not? So basically, if you actually want to, let's say, go to take an MBA, take a master's program, easily 5-figure, 6-figure. Now we are just talking about 1180 to acquire a professional skill set. Okay? Or put it this way, if let's say we just help you to shorten your learning curve by save you 6 months of your time and error, is 6 months of your time worth 1180 or not? So assuming you say, don't need, you want to learn yourself, but probably, to get where we are, you need another 6 months. Is your 6 months worth 1180? You think about it. And worse, what if this 1180 can prevent you from making very basic mistakes? Okay. Like for example, you can see here, a lot of people think that they can do themselves. Options investing very easy just buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell. Okay, I'm quite sure you go and Google a lot of this kind of news. 30-year-old SG man lost 500K of savings. If we could just prevent you from making this kind of mistakes, is 1180 worth it? A lot of people say, no it definitely won't be like that, won't be for me. Okay, sorry. Okay, this is what happened here. Once you go trading unguided, very likely you'll be gambling. Okay, a lot of people will have this issue. Okay, I'm quite sure you also have this before. Every time you go to casino, you just say, play only play only. Once I lose this 200, I'll go. Seriously, you will go, man. Okay, so that's why if you actually want to go into options, will be good you have some guidance. Okay, get some guidance to make sure you have a process to what you're doing, to make sure you're not gambling. Okay, so put it this way, if let's say what you paid help you to prevent this kind of loss, do you think it's actually worth it? These are feedbacks from some of the past participants. Inspire confidence in me, possible with due diligence to earn a second stream of income. Trading options which may one day even surpass my primary income. Seong Yeo is a very patient, dedicated teacher, spare no efforts to impart his knowledge. If you want to learn from the best, choose Seong Yeo. I highly recommend him. So of course, when you actually do join in, you can meet some of his previous students. I'm quite sure you can hear a lot of good words about what Seong Yeo is doing. So one thing about Seong Yeo is, which I really appreciate, he really put in the effort. He really see your success as something very critical to him. In fact, he always say he's always looking forward for all his students to surpass him. Okay. So yep. This is another thing we want to throw in. Me and Xiong Yo, I'm close to 50. Xiong is already 50. We are in a phase whereby we understand that finding a job is never so easy lah. So we actually seen a lot of people out there, including our friends, having issues with getting a job, not able to get a job. So we do believe that skills like this is no longer a good to have, but rather a must have. Okay, so just in case you no job or at least no job for a period of time, that is still income. So we really hope that more people can acquire this skill, and that's why we are happy to give a very good price of $880. Okay, instead of 1180, I think we want to reduce so that more people can really acquire this skill. And to thank you for still being here, we want to throw you another $100 preview discount. Okay, so if you were to sign up either by today or you are the first 5 person who sign up, okay, you will be entitled to the $100 preview discount. So how does the first 5% work? So let's say, for example, today got 10% sign up, all 10 will get $100. But if today only got 3% sign up, tomorrow you sign up, you are still within the first 5, you still can get the $100. But if let's say today got 5% sign up, tomorrow you sign up, sorry, no more preview discount. So be fair to us, cannot preview discount forever. So that's how it is going to work. $780, learn a professional skill set, potentially can become primary source of income. Okay, think about it. Is it a good deal or not? Okay, the dates, okay, the 1 day core module session is going to happen on 27 April, okay, which is the last Saturday of April, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Now, this is, people will ask, if I cannot make it, how? Do I still sign up or go for the next one? So please still sign up. Okay, sign up. Even if you cannot make it on this day, still please still sign up. Okay, what's going to happen here is this: after this session, you will receive the video. Okay, you'll receive the video, and you'll be invited to join the next round for free. So far we'll be running this course almost once every 2 months. Okay, so start early, don't procrastinate anymore. So your learning experience, in fact, will be enhanced. It will not be reduced. You will watch the video and you invited the next round to attend the course again. Okay, very important to start early. Don't wait anymore, especially now we do see a very interesting opportunity coming up in the US market. The face-to-face copy session is scheduled at 7th of May, but to be confirmed. Of course, if let's say most of people cannot make it, then we will change the date. So we will discuss this on the class itself to make sure most people can make it. So again, if you miss this one, there's always the next one. I can join the next round, not a problem. Also, the rest, one-to-one, of course, arranged individually. Then wealthimize membership. These are weekly events. Most of the events are recorded. As long as webinar is recorded, so even if you cannot turn up, you can watch the video. Okay. Only 12 packs per run. If let's say we have a good problem of too many people, only 12 packs per run. So with that, that is all that we have. Please don't go yet. We would like to answer any questions that you may have. I think I see 1 or 2 questions popping up. Again, most important, like I said, today, we are here education first. Of course, we hope that we can continue to guide you, but after today, you have invested 1.5 hours. Please make sure you have learned something more about options. Okay, now, so this is what's going to happen if you are going to sign up now. Okay, you can go to this website. Okay, let me just paste the link onto the chat. Okay, let me just paste the link onto the chat. Okay, This is where you can sign up for the program. Of course, they have details, other details, and you key in the coupon code options preview. Okay, key in the coupon code options preview to get the additional $100 preview discount. Okay. Yep. So key our questions. Key our questions. I will just get Wee Kiang, our previous member, to share a little bit more before we go to a Q&A. Yeah.
The initial thought of trading options was scary. I was a newbie looking for a way to start. The task feels daunting. I did not know where to begin and what to be mindful of. Hi, my name is Wee Kiang. Earlier this year, I attended the Trading Options for Wealth Accumulation course conducted by Xiong Yu. When I was researching for a similar course to attend, there are loads of commentators that talk a good game. I was, however, fortunate to have met Xiong Yu, whom I found to be knowledgeable and walks the talk. For a fraction of the price tag quoted by others in the market, he has enabled us, coached us, and given me confidence to embark on the journey, especially the very important first step. He is patient, and his logical method of coaching connects to the participants in the group. Up till now, I continue to have monthly meetings hosted by Xiong Yu, who generously shares his idea and experience. The course was both practical and challenging, but Xiong Yu's extra step of being involved even after the course has been invaluable in my journey so far. I cannot speak highly enough of the course and the trainer.
Okay, that's Wee Kiang for you. With that, I will hand over the stage to Xiong Yu to answer any questions that you may have. Yeah, Xiong Yu, I think there is yeah.
Okay, I've already answered a few of them. I think I've answered all of them.
You want to just verbalize some of the main ones so that the rest can learn? Huh? I
Okay,
think maybe you talk
so
about the capital one. I think that's quite
yes.
interesting.
So Kelvin asked about how much capital. I'll be very, very honest. The more the merrier. But if you are new in this options investing journey, of course, I will not ask you to go all in. I would say that maybe if you can put aside at least 10,000, that would be good. That would be a good place to start. Why? Because the US market is not a cheap market. We're talking about a stock that's 20, 30 over dollars, and stocks like Apple, just now you saw, right, it goes out 100 over dollars. So if you want to play meaningfully, you do need to have a certain amount of capital to be able to participate meaningfully. Okay, but doesn't mean that you are at a higher risk of, in terms of your money. No, because as part of our risk management, we as part of our teaching, what we advocate is you will do only X amount of trades every month. That's number one. Number two, you will start with practicing with paper money first. You will practice a lot with paper money until you are very, very proficient, very confident, very conversant in using an option. And at least when you look at the table, the platform, you know that, hey, you will know very instinctively, hey, what's a put, what's a call, what's the right strategy to use, and then how many trades, how many contracts can you do, because it's sort of ingrained into you already. Then once you're graduated from the paper money, that's when you will be ready to really live trade with real money, and that's where say, hey, you're mentally and you are technically more confident and more capable to embark on that journey. And so as a start, the long TLDR version is, as a start, if you can put aside 10K, that'll be good. If you really cannot, minimally, the bare minimum is based on what the platform requires. The interactive broker, for instance, the minimum amount you have to fund is about 3,005 thereabouts. So that, but honestly, 3,005 it will be challenging for you to do any meaningful trades. Maybe just one trade for that 1 month. That's it. That's all you can do already. So that is the question that is posed by Kelvin. So thank you, Kelvin. Now, another question, which is from the participant who is already doing options, Vigil. Okay, I don't want to butcher a name, so I'm not gonna try to pronounce the name Vigil. Vigil asked whether I use any of the option Greeks. What are option Greeks? Beta la, alpha la, theta la, vega, all this. Okay, as part of the option course, we will not be learning, because this one is entry level. We don't need to learn all this option Greek, but I was kind of just share with you what each of these mean. I myself do not use beta because I don't need to use beta as my consideration, but I do use one particular option Greek, and that is delta, only in the case where I do a buy call and when I do a buy long call. But generally, I do not use option Greek as part of my consideration. As I said just now, keep it simple. Use just a few strategies that I understand very well, I know very well, I'm very confident, and then I just apply those strategies. Okay, let's see whether we got any coming in. Okay, are there live sessions face to face on ND? Live session during the live trading, like if let's say today is the live market hour and then you're in for the live trading, right? The live trading, oh sorry, the live sessions face to face or online. Live sessions are online. Why? Because you can sit in front of a computer, very comfortable, no need to stress about going to a central location. Then we also don't have to tear our hair out in terms of booking the venue, so you save on the cost. Over Zoom nowadays, Zoom is so easy, right? I can just tell you, hey, this is the trade I'm going to do. What do you need to look out for? So you can also see on your screen. Okay, so the live sessions are online, all online. So Andy, how many hours do we need to commit? Okay, I do weekly trades. Okay, this is what my hours are like. Monday, I enter the market open 9:30, I enter the market. By 11:30 or 12:30, tops 11:30, 12:30 is the latest. I pangkang already, I go and sleep already. And then for the rest of the week, not that I don't turn on my platform. I do, but I just do a quick check just to monitor, do a very quick monitoring. After that, I don't touch it unless I need to do intervention. And that usually doesn't happen very often. So for yourself, Josephine, if you're starting on this journey as a newbie, as a very new entrant, what you need to do is what we advocate for you is you do monthly trade. You place a trade for the next month. After that, you just don't need to do anything. You just monitor on a weekly basis. Okay, if there are any major market movements, I will let all the students know. I will send a message in the chat group. I'll let you folks know, hey, do you need to do anything? What are the specific action steps you need to do? And that's it. No need to stress yourself. If you want to commit more hours on your own, that is fine. That is up to you, as long as you know what you're doing. But from my perspective, you don't need to take too many hours. This is not the what you call day trading. That means you don't stay up to enter and then get out of the trades within the same nights. No, this option has a time component, meaning you place a trade for a future expiry, and that's it. You just place a trade. The trade gets confirmed. You just kick back and not say relax, but you just monitor, and that's it. Okay. So Andy and Josephine, good and good. The answers to your question, good and good. Okay. How about you, Andy? If you're still around, live session online, yeah. Okay. Good. Good. Any other questions from the rest of the audience? Okay, then I'll pass the stage back. Yes, someone is talking.
Nope, I don't think so. Okay, so that is all where we have. Do consider. I do hope you join our small family of options investor. And if you are really keen to eventually be a confident option investor, I think what we have come up with is something unique. You get very good attention from Seong Yo. You get proper hand holding from Seong Yo. You see him live in action. I don't see how other ways you can best to learn. So with that, do make use of the preview discount. Remember, key in the options preview is only for the first 5% or whoever who registered today. I don't see any further questions. I think that is all that we have. Thank you so much. Have a good evening and of course, happy investing. Okay, see you around. Bye bye. Thank you. Thank you. Connie, you have a question, is it? You have question about just now that one is about is it only for my investment gathering members? Then somehow I don't find your questions. Yeah, anyone can join. Anyone can join. This program, anyone can join. So of course, if you are already in the wealthimize, then you can actually join all the events. Yeah. Okay. Can. That's all we have. Thank you so much. Thanks. Okay, bye-bye.